Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, in this video we will have our discussion on the upcoming transition in the motion of the planet Saturn. We all know that Saturn, which is currently transiting in its Mool Trikona sign Aquarius, but on June 30th, within the same Aquarius sign, it gotten into the retrograde motion. Now definitely guys, retrograde motion of the planet Saturn is a very usual thing, but the way geopolitical scenario right now the whole world is witnessing, over and above that with Mars being very soon getting into the debilitated state, so understanding that what kind of changes Saturn is going to be bringing in our life will become very important. And like the way guys, I always say this thing that Saturn is only going to be coming in its own same Mool Trikona sign only after next 28-30 years. So whatever you want to extract or gain from the planet Saturn, this is going to be the golden opportunity for you. Like the way guys, when I was talking about the retrograde motion of the planet Saturn, I never said that it is going to be a bad thing or things are going to go haywire. I always say this thing that whenever a planet is in a retrograde motion, it somehow gives it more of the chase trouble. The planet tend to remain very potent, strong enough to give results, with only one catch or twist. Generally, a planet in a retrograde motion, it starts working more on the unfulfilled promise. But when we talk about laying seeds or laying foundation to something new, to some new beginnings over there, a direct motion planet tend to remain much more harmonious or favorable for us. So guys, in this video, I will not be talking much about or not getting much into deeper details. Definitely on that we will have a separate discussion, a more elaborative discussion. The only reason why I'm making a video on this topic today is that I actually started observing the planetary motion because I have to upload a video on the monthly transit results for the next month, the month of November. But somehow when I started giving observation to the planet Saturn, I somehow realized this thing, because guys, even in my own case as well, I'm also in the Saturn Dasha, in the Saturn Sadesati, so I'm paying a lot of attention and heed to way the Saturnian energy function. And all what I want to do through this video is that I want to make you aware about that how important this golden window of opportunity we all have in front of us, because once on March 30 Saturn will move to the next sign, Pisces sign, you will not be able to extract the best which Saturn can right now is in a state to do for you. And also guys, like the way we say this thing that generally the time period of the Saturn tend to remain more difficult for you. Obviously, if Saturn from your moon sign is like going from your 12th house from the moon sign over your moon sign next to the moon sign, or even like Saturn's transit from the 4th or the 8th from the moon sign tend to remain time of difficulty. But through those difficulties only, Saturn is trying to teach us the lesson of restraint, patience, humility and discipline. And I always say this thing, there has to be a balancing factor. Let's say for example, if along with the Saturn, Sadesati and all, if your running dashas are favorable, then you're not much on the radar. But let's say for example, you are already in a time period of Sadesati. Over and above that, you're also in the time of the planetary dasha, which is already in a state of war in your chart. Then the combined effect of Sadesati in the transit and a difficult dasha makes the life little bit cumbersome. So okay guys, now we will briefly try to look at that this golden window of opportunity which is open in front of us only till March 30, because after that Saturn will move to the Pisces sign. How Saturn is going to be bringing transition in our life, how it is going to be helping us in sowing seeds for some new beginning when on November 15th it is going to be coming out of its retrograde motion or it is going to be turning direct. So guys, starting first with the Aries rising natives, definitely guys, in your case Saturn is going to be turning direct in your 11th house. I only have one thing to say that let's say for example, if in the past couple of months you kind of find yourself little bit restrained, you're finding it little bit slow to progress in any direction specifically connected to your professional aspiration, over there you will definitely find a release and you will be able to manifest or sow seeds for some new aspiration, new projected business plan of yours. You will be able to convince, influence people in a much lighter, in a much better way. Along with that guys, let's say for example, if you have been facing the fury of the planet Saturn in the form of health related issue, over there as well you will find it little bit relief for you, because the third aspect of the planet Saturn is always a cautionary thing, and with a retrograde Saturn, so I'm very much sure that the Aries Lagna would have faced the brunt of this third aspect of the planet Saturn. Along with that, guys, from over here, the straight aspect of the planet Saturn is definitely going to be influencing the matters of your 5th house. So let's say, for example, if you have any dream, any aspiration, any new plans you are working on, so over there could be some relief, there could be some speedy progress you can witness over there. And lastly, guys, if in any capacity you are connected with the research, investigation, any of the ancestral property related concerns, acquisition of joint resources, wealth or gains over there as well, there is definitely going to be some good news for the Aries Lagna. The best part is that whatever Saturn wanted to do for you in terms of the past promises and unfinished business, Saturn has already done that. Now is the time to look forward and sow seeds for some fresh beginnings. Now, guys, when we talk about the Taurus natives, definitely, guys, in your case, Saturn is already forming one of the Panch Mahapurush Yoga, Shash Yoga for you. But just because from the past couple of months, things were not going as per your plan, because it was retrograde right over there in your 10th house. So now, guys, definitely once Saturn will be in a direct motion, you will find a smooth flow in your work related concerns. Enough of, kind of grinding the past, looking at things where you could have done better. Now Saturn will definitely give you some fresh perspective, new opportunities, because it is giving straight aspect to your 4th house. So any of the concerns where you were finding yourself a little bit blocked in the matters of buying a car or any housing, construction related matters or mortgage related concern, over there as well you will find a relief. Saturn is going to be giving its third aspect to your 12th house. So definitely it is going to bring down the expenses to a very higher notch. I can say that the expenses will definitely come down, rather Saturn will somehow facilitate putting money for some investments as well. And yes, guys, Saturn is going to be giving its aspect to your 7th house as well. So commercial gains could be anticipated, but yes, there could be some concerns over the health related issues. This could be any elderly female member in the family, or this could be health related concerns or worries, anxiety on the account of your partners or spouse's health as well. Now, guys, for the Gemini natives, definitely, guys, in your case, Saturn is turning direct in your 9th house. So, guys, the good news is that this is indicating that you will only attract now those people in your life who will facilitate or support somehow. Luck will start supporting you through the form of the people you will now collaborate with or you will come in contact with. Second thing is that definitely travels, visa related concerns, if you're already working in the fields of import, export, time period will start supporting you. Luck will again start shining over you. If from the past couple of months you are kind of finding yourself a little bit restrained, that luck is not supporting you the way it should be, now you will definitely find that touch of the god or divinity supporting you. Now, guys, definitely if you have kind of found yourself lately little bit restrained in the form of the gains or the support which you deserve from the community, from the friends, now you will definitely kind of start finding the release over there as well. From over here, Saturn is going to be giving its straight aspect to your 3rd house. So we know this thing that if lately you have had some issues with your siblings, with your friends, so you will be able to reconcile or look beyond those small trivial things over which you might be pondering over or fighting with your, I would say, siblings and all. Saturn just wanted to inspire you, give you lessons, and I hope you would have already learned the lesson. And lastly, guys, from over here, Saturn is going to be giving its aspect to your 6th house. So health is something or one area where you have to be still cautious and careful. Now, guys, when we talk about for the Cancer natives, now definitely, guys, for the Cancer natives, this is going to be a big relief, because in any case Saturn is not a very favorable planet for you. And let's say, for example, with this transit, if you're already in a difficult dasha, God forbid, if you're already with this kind of transit, you're also in the Saturn dasha, and within the Saturn Mahadasha, Rahu Antardasha, Ketu Antardasha, Moon Antardasha, then I'm sure it would have been a difficult time for you. But now the good news is that all this grip and restraining energy of the Saturn will somehow slow its clutch, its grip over you, and you will definitely find things to be working out much better for you. Now guys, like the way I mentioned this thing, I do not know how other astrologers look at it, but I always see the retrograde planet capable enough of giving good results, but many times it is working with due retrospect of the unfinished business. But now definitely it will be sowing seeds for some fresh beginnings for you. We cannot overlook this fact that Saturn might be an auspicious planet for you, but it is in its Mool Trikona sign. It is also the significator of the 8th house. So I mean to say, if definitely you want to invest in something, or if you're already fighting or battling over the issues of the any of the inheritance or family asset, wealth and all, over there could be clarity. If you're already working in the fields of occult research of something, or any of the scientific pursuit, over there you could have some breakthrough. And along with that guys, let's say for example, if lately your bosses and all are trying to pin you down, trying to put a lot of the restrictions, or kind of not supporting you the way they should be, so now definitely you will find a release over there as well. Saturn's third aspect is always a matter of concern, so release in the restraining energy or restrictions being created by your bosses at the work front. Along with that guys, from over here Saturn is going to be giving its straight aspect to the second house as well. So lately, if there has been some issues or blockages in the matters of the incoming flow of the wealth, or this could be any issues with the immediate family members and all, so you will definitely find a release over there. And guys, because from over here Saturn actually gives its 10th aspect to the 5th house as well. So if lately you have been having some issues like being too worried on the account of the well-being, performance of the children, or any stomach related issue and all, or let's say for example you are just thinking too much only on the past, like past mistakes, because those people who have a habit of overthinking, we generally do not do overthinking for the positive memories, optimistic or good things. It's a human tendency to overthink only on the mistakes or wounds or trauma and all. So if you have been kind of finding yourself stuck in any of the past bad memories and all, so you will be able to come out of that loop of the negative cycle as well, or negative thought process as well. So yes guys, that is all what I have to say. But yes, for the Cancer natives, it is definitely a sigh of relief. Now guys, when we talk about the Leo natives, definitely guys, in your case Saturn is going to be turning direct in your 7th house. So definitely guys, for the commercial aspect, it is a good news for you. So lately if you have been finding yourself blocked, or just kind of not being able to develop, grow, progress or scale up, and just kind of finding yourself restrained in solving all the ongoing or the past business related affairs only, so now Saturn is definitely going to be bringing a relief in all these areas. Second thing is that from over here Saturn is going to be giving its aspect to your 9th house as well. We know this thing that the third aspect is a matter of concern, but somehow guys, definitely if you have been lately finding this thing that people around you who could have guided you well, mentored you well, lately you have been having issues with the father and all, or any issues for any visa, immigration related matters or concern, definitely there's going to be a sigh of relief or positive development over there. Regarding the health guys, it is still not a very good energy. Your Saturn is still going to be now gaining more power, momentum, and with that energy it is going to be looking at your ascendant. So health, fatigue, body weakness, all of that you have to pay attention. And yes guys, Saturn is going to be giving its 10th aspect to your 4th house. So yes, it's a good energy for the acquisition of the family wealth, or resolving any of the ongoing family dispute or domestic related issues and all. So overall, it's a good news for the Leo natives as well. Now guys, when we talk about the Virgo natives, definitely guys, in your case, Saturn is going to be it is going to be turning direct in your 6th house. We know this thing that the transit of the Saturn or Rahu from the 6th house is considered as good. So lately guys, if you have been finding yourself a little bit restrained at your workplace, kind of not being able to do much better in terms of progress, in terms of revenues, just being struck in solving the issues, or let's say solving the issues of all the past mistakes or past accounts. So I would say this thing that definitely there's going to be release, that you'll be able to think forward, think in the lines of coming across as a strong contender in any given situation, whether you are in a business, whether you are a service professional, but definitely it is going to be putting you in a position, in a state of advantage, especially where or in all those industries which is very competitive. Along with that, guys, definitely I would say health is one area where you still have to follow the caution, where you still have to be very like cautious and careful. But along with that, when we talk about any of the concerns of winning over any lawsuit, any disputed kind of situation, it is definitely going to be putting you in a state of advantage. Let's say, for example, if lately you have incurred a lot of like loans, credit, or you're not able to find a way to come out of that cycle of debt and loan and credit and all, because we know this thing that Saturn from here look at your like 8th house, it looks at your 12th house. So definitely there's going to be some solution which you will be able to come up with. So regarding that front, it's a good news. And yes, guys, I would say this thing that it's a good energy in a way that because Saturn gives its 10th aspect to your 3rd house. So lately you have some projected plans of yours for initiating some new projects, starting to work on some new plans, new projects and all. So this direct motion of the planet Saturn will put your life in the right direction. Now guys, for the Libra natives, now definitely guys, for you people, there is a very good news because Saturn in any case is a Yogarak planet for you, and now it is turning direct in your 5th house. So guys, to begin with, it's a very good news that let's say lately you have been having some issues in being stuck in a negative loop of some past mistakes and all. So you will be able to come out of that. You will also be very contented and satisfied with any of the ongoing issues which otherwise you would have been having while dealing with your children. Or let's say, for example, if lately you have been finding yourself stuck in any of the past wrong investments and all, or there is not strong kind of return on investment, you are an artist, you are a creative professional, not getting much auditions, not getting much sponsorship and all, so things will start taking a brighter turn in your favor. Second thing is that definitely guys, if lately you have been having some issues with your partner, within the marriage, within the relationship, partner trying to control or restrain you too much, over there is definitely going to be clarity. Let's say, for example, if from the past couple of months the flow of the income has gone tremendously down, so over there as well this direct motion of the planet Saturn will pick up things for you. So guys, if I were to say, because this is one such kind of placement which majorly influences people who are in business. For business, we all know that 7th house is important, 11th house is important, 2nd house is important, and in this placement Saturn was somehow putting a full stop or slowing everything down. So I'm very much sure, especially for the Libra natives, you will definitely find that the flow of the income, opportunities, your vision and all, everything is going to have a positive thrust once Saturn is going to be turning direct. Now for the Scorpions, definitely guys, in your case, if lately you have been having some issues within the domestic life, you kind of find yourself being stuck in a negative loop of not being able to resolve any of the ongoing family issue, or this could be a case that being stuck in any housing deal, or if you are already in a business of construction or real estate, buying and selling of vehicles. So if you have been kind of finding yourself stuck, now is the time when you will find yourself coming out of that loop or being able to think forward. I always say this thing guys, that Saturn is in its Mool Trikona sign, but retrograde has got much more to do with the wrapping up the unfinished business, but in a direct motion, and that too when Saturn has to now finish the transit on March 30, it is going to be moving to another sign. So that means not only has to wrap up the affairs of the 4th house, but he has to start soon getting itself acquainted with the 5th house of yours as well. So in any case guys, it is a good news for you. Those people who are working in the public domain, you will have this capacity to rule over the hearts or gain the confidence of the masses as well. And lastly guys, the only thing is that for your emotional mental health, it is still a matter of concern. From over here guys, definitely Saturn is going to be giving its aspect to your 6th house. Health is one such area, because if Scorpio is your moon sign, your ascendant lord, moon sign lord Mars is already afflicted, Sun is debilitated in your 12th house. So regarding the health point of view, I'm still not finding this to be a positive news for you. Like rather it could become more difficult for you on the health front. But in the career, wealth, public domain front, it is going to be a good news for you, because from over here as well, Saturn is going to be looking straight at your 10th house as well. So it will definitely boost your career prospect. It is going to be giving its aspect to your ascendant as well. It will definitely try to establish you. Do not forget this thing, that this is Saturn's wish fulfilling kind of placement in a zodiac sign of Aquarius. The only concern is that the kind of state in which it is transiting for you and the way other planets around you are behaving. So that is the only thing, guys, which I can say. Be mindful and be very careful around the prospects of the health. But in majority of the other areas, if you have been finding yourself struck, I would say you will definitely find a release and better opportunities. Now for the Sagittarius, definitely guys, in your case, we all know this thing, that Saturn is transiting in your 3rd house. Lately, if it has already created issues with your siblings, I would say with your friends, with your colleagues, neighbors, you're not able to function with the best of your capabilities. Somehow at the last minute, something goes wrong, or which puts us kind of a full stop or a speed breaker to your smooth flow of the execution of the things. So all of that could be a matter because Saturn was in a retrograde motion. Guys, we know this thing, that the retrograde motion of the planet Saturn has got more to do with looking back and trying to finish all those unfinished work, because Saturn is going to be coming back to this sign only after next 28 or 30 years. So I mean to say that Saturn was somehow focused more towards fixing up any of the shortcomings or flaws in your plan, all those issues which you might have created in the past. But now it will be moving forward. It will be looking and thinking in the forward lines. Guys, in your case, Saturn is an important planet. Like, it is a killer planet for you, beyond doubt. But 2nd house of your money, your wealth, and 3rd house of your prowess and courage. How much you have the capacity to risk with money or invest or take right decision with your money. So I would say that now it is going to be a good news. And let's say, for example, lately, if you have had issues with your siblings within the neighborhood, you will be able to resolve that as well. From over here, Saturn is going to be giving its aspect to your 5th house. Let's say, for example, if it has made you a little bit, your mind to be a little bit restricted, narrow-minded, or like being too much issues and being worried on the account of the well-being of the children and all, or being working like or thinking like a devil's advocate, critiquing yourself for your own creativity, your thought process. So definitely it's a good news, because when we talk about negativity, pessimism, Saturn plays a very important role. And 5th house, where we see our thought process and all, and 3rd aspect of the planet Saturn is always a matter of concern. So a release over there, somehow I would say smooth flowing over here. And now guys, from over here, Saturn is going to be giving its aspect to your 9th house as well. So any of the concerns of like travels, work related travels, import export, documentation, visa related concern, enrollment to any of the foreign university and all, definitely there's going to be a release. There's going to be rapid progress. Immediate when Saturn will come out of its retrograde motion, you will definitely see rapid development in the matters of your 9th house. With your diligent efforts, you'll be able to turn things around for you. And guys, from over here, Saturn is going to be giving its aspect to your 12th house as well. So definitely guys, it is going to tone down, bring down the expenses, and will facilitate more you towards looking forward towards some big major investments and all. Now guys, for the Capricorn natives, definitely guys, in your case, Saturn being your ascendant lord was in a retrograde motion from June 30th in your 2nd house, which was a restraining energy, because 2nd house, which tells about our finances, our family, our inculcated values. So we all know this thing, that this is Saturn's Mool Trikona sign, but in the 2nd house, somehow it all comes down to, working on the past, or like Saturn somehow slows down to an extent that it wants you to finish the some sort of unfinished business pertaining to the matters of the 2nd house. So there could be a case that you might be coming across the same repetitive theme again and again in the past couple of months. And we all know this thing, that any of the major investments in the life, any of the major turnaround of our finances is generally seen from the 2nd house. And guys, understand this thing, before Saturn leaves your 2nd house, it has to give you something which will be feeding you for the next 28-30 years. It wants you to stabilize you in the matters of the finances, in the matters of what you will be able to what is going to be providing you, taking care of you. So I mean to say that now once Saturn is going to be coming out of its retrograde motion, and time period from November 15th till March 30th, definitely you will stand a very strong chance for some major concrete development, complete revamp, complete development for some good financial channel, or development of some good financial money flow for you. So overall guys, from the business, wealth, finances, family point of view, it is a good news only. From over here guys, definitely Saturn is going to be giving its third aspect to your fourth house. Let's say for example, if lately you have been finding any of the issues of depression, negativity, family issues, or like any of the ongoing construction, house construction has come to a halt or not progressing the way it should be. So I would say that definitely there's going to be clarity in all these kind of areas. Or let's say for example, lately you have been subjected to any of the public rage, public disapproval. So if you are in that political situation and all, so definitely you'll be able to find a release or more acceptance coming in from the public if you are in that portfolio, if you are in that position. And yes guys, from over here Saturn is going to be giving its aspect to your straight aspect to your 8th house. It is a very, very strong yoga for standing a chance for winning over any of the ongoing family dispute, or having some major share coming in the form of the inheritance or something, because after that Saturn is not going to be coming back here very soon. So that means whatever it has to deliver, and if you are in that right age and situation, I would say that it will ensure in the next couple of months you get your due share which you deserve from the family. And yes guys, Saturn is definitely going to be looking at your 11th house as well. So I would say that all the hard work, all the struggle you are doing in order to take care of the family, build your financial network, you will definitely find opportunities and more people coming in contact with you. Lastly guys, when we talk about, I mean to say second last, for the Aquarius natives, definitely guys, in your case, Saturn is transiting right over your first house. So now guys, once Saturn will turn in a direct motion from November 15th, definitely you will find a release and quick boost in the matters of your aspiration. Anything guys, when we talk about, because in your case Saturn has got a rulership over the 12th house as well, but just because it is in a Mool Trikona sign right over there on your first house, so that means whatever Saturn can does for you in the form of career development, more opportunities, establishing you in the public domain, Saturn will ensure to do that. Second thing is that because from over here guys, the third aspect of the planet Saturn is always a very restraining energy. So lately you found yourself in that loop that you're not able to build some new financial channel, work on some new projects, or work with the best of your capabilities, or every single time when you're trying to do something, you kind of find yourself being pulled back. Either people are not supporting you, or something going wrong, or you're not able to put your best efforts. But now guys, with Saturn turning direct and its third aspect which influences your third house, you will definitely find regaining all of that power which you were finding kind of being lacking in your endeavors. Second thing is that guys, we have to understand this thing, that the retrograde motion of the planet Saturn has got more to do with finishing the unfulfilled business from the past. So now this direct motion of the planet Saturn will definitely put you in a forward thinking rather than coming out of the cycle of trying to fix all those things which might have gone wrong in the past. And along with that guys, definitely Saturn's aspect to your 7th house, to the 10th house. So for the career, new initiatives, new collaboration, new plans, I would say that this is a very good news, because Saturn is going to be entering the second house of yours on March 30. So we have Saturn in its direct motion has got 4-5 months to wrap up everything, or to wrap up the promise which is meant for you in this transit of Saturn in your first house. And lastly guys, for the Pisces natives, definitely guys, in your case, Saturn is going to be turning direct in your 12th house. So if any of your aspiration right now takes you to the foreign land, or if you're already in a foreign land and you kind of finding yourself a little bit restrained and all, so definitely you'll find things to be moving forward in a positive direction for you. Second thing is that if lately, let's say for example, there have been too many expenses, or the financial inflow have gone down tremendously, you will definitely find a release coming in over there as well. Because guys, from over here, Saturn definitely it's in a very sensitive alignment. Although Saturn is a significator of the 12th house, we see major investments, major travel, foreign settlement from the 12th house. But for the general well-being, I would say Saturn's state in the 12th house always creates this fear of losing things. And a lot many times, whenever planets are like transiting from the 12th house, karmic planets like Saturn, Rahu, they end up taking things away from us. So but I would say that, let's say for example, if you have not been subjected to those kind of situation, count your blessings. And I would say that any of the concerns of, I would say, higher knowledge, big major chunk of investments in all these areas, Saturn will support you. Saturn's third aspect is always a matter of concern. If your financial inflow, your relationship with your immediate family members have gone bad in the past couple of months, you will definitely find a improvement over there. Health will definitely improve, guys. And definitely, guys, over here, anything to do with the travels, learning, wisdom, that sort of psychic awareness will be there to support you, will guide you in the right direction. So guys, I would still say this thing, that it was a hush kind of quick video. I will definitely try to work on a detailed way and will come up with much more elaborative explanation. This was just like that. I was already working for the November monthly predictions, and I came across this Saturn's transition. I thought we should have a exclusive discussion first on this. So yes guys, for further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.